Welcome back to Thursday's Tactical Tip. I'm Yoki Marks, and we're not at Warrior's Edge Armory today. Today we're going to be continuing our series on home invasion defense. What we're going to talk about today is how to prepare for a home invasion and some concepts that you can employ in your life and in your home, regardless of the layout. First thing we're going to talk about is, where do you keep your firearms? Most people who have guns keep them in the master bedroom, typically in the closet or bedside table. Or if you have a safe, you keep them in the safe, usually in a garage or in a spare bedroom. If you keep them in the master bedroom or in a safe, that helps keep them out of children's hands, or if someone breaks in while you're not home, then they can safeguard your firearms from them. But if you're home while a home invasion is happening, then that is not the best place to have them. Now, ideally, I would like to have a gun laying on every flat surface in every room and possibly one or two taped to the ceiling. But I have small children, I have a lot of company coming over, and it's just not a safe or wise thing to do. So this leads into the second concept, which is, where do you spend most of your awake time? Most Americans spend that time wherever the main TV is, typically a living room. Followed second by in a kitchen or the eating area. Now, if you are like most of us, those are the top two places you spend your time. The issue is this: we just talked about where most people keep their firearms, and it's not in either of those places. Which leads to the third concept that we're going to talk about today, which is, where are the weak points in a house, or the points that a home invader is more likely than not going to enter. You're going to see how all three of these points tie in shortly. Now, here in this living room, we have a back door, then we have the couches, and then the entryway that goes into the main part of the house. So if you're like me and you spend most of your time on your couch, relaxing after a long day at work, kids are in bed, and it's time to just have a little relaxing time watching your favorite television show. While you're playing out these scenarios in your own home, think about this. I'm here. I've got an entry point to my left, which is a back door to this house. I have another one straight through in the main part of the house, which is the front door. And then I have the third most common entry point for a home invader, which is going to be through the garage and the door that leads in from the garage into the house. Now, from this area, if I need to engage a threat, or I need to get to my family, because again, my kids are already in bed, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to move from this area through and then off to the master bedroom. Now think about this. For most houses, their layout is either living area on one side of the house, sleeping area on the other, living area on the bottom floor, sleeping area on the top. So if you are in the living room or the kitchen and someone kicks in your front door, more than likely, you're going to have to pass them to get to the place you store your firearms. Not a good situation to be in. So let's look at how some of these situations could play out. Obviously, if I'm in this room and someone kicks in the back door, I can't, "Excuse me, sir," or "ma'am, I'll be right back," and then take off to go get my firearms from my bedroom. This is why I recommend some type of firearm storage device in the area of the house you spend the most time in. This could be as simple as a little lock box that you have under the couch or in your entertainment center, or whatever the case may be. Remember, if you have small children, then you need to keep your firearms safely put away from them. Way too many accidents happen every year due to a young child getting a hold of a firearm and injuring themselves or someone else. But how do we get around that so that we can keep our family safe and keep the children in the house safe from those firearms as well? I'm not a fan of a gun under the couch or a shotgun tossed in the corner. What I do, which is what I recommend, is while I am awake at my house, I carry a firearm on me. Now, a lot of people may think that's a little bit extreme, but I've been carrying a gun for many years now, and it's second nature now. I don't even notice it's there. Good holster, good concealed carry gun. I can toss it on. It's not until I go to bed that I finally take it off. This is going to get around a lot of the situations that you could encounter. That way, if I do have a firearm on me, someone kicks in that back door, I can draw and engage. Same thing goes if you're in the kitchen or you need to get to your family, which is what we're going to talk about right now. So if you find yourself in the kitchen when a home invasion happens, if you have your firearm on you, then you would handle it the same way anything else. And again, this is regardless of where the threat is entering from. Right now, off to my front and left, there is a front door. Off to my front and right, almost directly across from the front door, is the entryway into the living area. This is where that back door to the house is. Now, the great part about being able to be in a kitchen when something bad happens is it is very easy for me to find a weapon of opportunity. It's your kitchen, and you can easily find plenty of weapons around. For me, I'm going to move over and grab one of my trusty kitchen knives. Now, the great thing about this is, not only do I really like this brand of knives, Cutco knives, I don't sell them. They have a lifetime guarantee, so if you do have to use them in a home invasion defense and it breaks off in your attacker's body, just send in the shards and they'll replace them for free. But I'll grab a trusty kitchen knife because I still have to get back to where my family is. Now, if I'm in the kitchen, it's probably mealtime. I'm probably dealing with cooking or whatever. I typically don't like to have my kids in the kitchen while I'm doing all this because they're pulling on me and spilling food, and I have them off playing in their room. I hear either the front or back door get kicked in. I grab my knife if needed, and I need to get back to my family now. This is where skills and training with hand-to-hand and knife, counter knife come in very, very handy. But even if you don't have the amount of training you would like, being able to just have that weapon is going to do you a lot of good. Especially as you clear your house, getting back to where your gun is if you don't have your gun on you. Now, if your house is a lot like this one, you're going to have some type of closet somewhere close to your front door. You hear someone knock on your door late at night, you start moving toward that sound to see who it is, see what the issue is. Already you should be on high alert. The great part about having a coat closet or something is that it's a great place to store a firearm. You can place it on a shelf high enough where a child can't get to it. You can put a holster and mount the holster way up high where only you can get to it. There's a lot of options. Think of the one that's safest. Keep in mind your kids can grab a chair and climb up there. Another option you have for storing the firearm in a closet by the front door, if you have a semi-automatic handgun, you can place the magazine on one side of the shelf, the gun on the other. I'm not saying that a child can't figure out how to load the gun, but hopefully this would slow them down enough. But if you are going to store your firearm like that, you need to practice how you're going to move to the door, grab the gun, grab the ammo. Again, everything we're talking about today, you need to go on your own and rehearse it, practice it. If you keep a gun in the kitchen, how are you going to get to that gun? Are you going to reach with your right hand, left hand? What's the most secure, hidden place you can keep it, and how are you going to draw from there? In the closet, Are you going to keep it on the high shelf or the low shelf? Are you going to put it in a holster? However it is, you need to be able to know, I'm going to walk, open it up, grab, insert. If you have a coat in your coat closet, maybe you have the magazine dropped in the pocket of the coat. That one coat you never wear. And you have it up against the side of the closet so you know exactly where it is all the time. Think about these things, practice them, train them. The great thing that I can do is, I can come here, I hear a noise, I can simply reach in, grab the firearm, and now I can move to the front door where I can answer the door with that firearm just in case there is some threat there. So keep that in mind. There are safe places in your home to store a firearm. You just have to figure out where they are and how you want to utilize them.
Alright guys, so I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you are not a subscriber and you would like to become one, please click on the giant subscribe button down below. And be sure to check out all of our other videos. And if you come back next Thursday, there'll be another video up in this series on home invasion. If you have any ideas for future episodes, please drop me a line either in the comment section below or you can send me a message or an email. Until next time, take care and be safe.